Welcome back to Houston Life. You're about to meet local artist DJ Morrow. His medium is balloons, and this guy, Tessa, truly is in a lane of his own.
Sure is. His journey to making larger-than-life sculptures was inspired by his unconventional upbringing. He's now using his past to make sure his future is much more bright, one balloon at a time.
My name's DJ Morrow. I'm a fine art balloon artist working here in Houston. I was born in Brazil, but I grew up split between here and Taiwan. In a cult, I discovered that there were a lot of issues in my life that I needed to express more deeply emotionally through art. And for the first time ever, I turned to balloons as the medium for that expression, which really impacted a lot of people seeing some serious and emotional art from a medium they've never seen used that way before. I decided that if I was going to be happy with myself and my work, I needed to stop limiting myself based on what people expected out of balloons and work with a more honest artistic voice. In the cult that I grew up in, jobs were heavily discouraged. Instead of working regular jobs, people would go out and sell literature, and they would busk with music, and we did a lot of singing and dancing, and especially making balloons is very prevalent, both as a way to make money and as community outreach. A lot of my work centered around my personal issues, the feelings of grief of losing my sister, the isolation of the lack of social skills that I had growing up. I felt like I needed to confront my past through my art more directly in order to both move on from the parts I didn't want and to embrace the parts that I actually felt made me who I am in a beneficial way. This exhibit is based on part 2 of a 3-part series that I'm doing about my cult upbringing. Part 1 is what you see in my promotional material, the wedding riddle based on the fight between Samson and the lion. The honey that comes from the lion's carcass, which to me symbolizes all the good events and valuable skills that I've brought out of my upbringing, as well as the amazing people and my family that have made me who I am today. So while this exhibit is very personal to me and tells my unique story, I've still centered the art around themes that I think a lot of people can relate to. In the first part, those themes of alienation and isolation, and the feeling of being conflicted by a past filled with both incredible experiences and a lot of trauma. This painting behind me is the second painting in the series. This piece represents the turmoil and the chaos and the dark feelings juxtaposed with the crystal clear beauty of the valuable experiences that we really want to hold on to. What I've learned using my medium in this unique way is to never let yourself be boxed in by other people's expectations of you, whether that be your favorite artistic expression or what topics or issues you're allowed to make art about. If you make something unique and groundbreaking, there will be an audience with it. It may be hard to find, but that will only make it more valuable. Most of my balloon creations are made to be images first rather than sculpture installations, and many of those will take between 20 and 30 hours to make. That's about the window of time that I have to work on something because balloons don't last very long. 3 or 4 days, and then they start to shrink and deflate. The details start to look a little bit weird, and especially in the Houston humidity, it loses that wonderful, brilliant sheen that we all love about balloons. Going in such a unique direction with it for sure has its challenges in terms of being uncharted territory, but it also has incredible benefits in being a direction that no one else can really stake their claim on. I would love to see other artists, balloon artists or not, taking unique and bold directions with their art in the way that I am. There's so much room for all of us to tell our own stories, and I would be honored if anybody were inspired by me and decided to take a similar path, internalizing their own experiences in art. There is so much that I love about the nature, the physical nature of the medium in terms of being temporary, in terms of being sculptural, being building blocks put together in unique puzzle-like ways to create larger forms, while also having a lot of connotations for people in terms of childhood and innocence and joy and laughter, and the way you can use that juxtaposed with some darker themes to really make people think about the art on a deeper level. Balloons are so temporary, just like our own experiences are so temporary, so we really have to enjoy them while they last.
So temporary, enjoy them while they last.
Beautiful.
It
All
is
that
nice.
work is so impressive. And the balloon animal, the dog, just put on its side and it creates that whole, you know, like honeycomb texture thing. That's so cool.
And what's incredible, like he was just mentioning, the temporary nature of balloons. Once those balloons are inflated, they only last for a couple days. So be sure to check him out if you have the chance. And we're going to tell you, you do have a chance. So you can check out these fine art sculptures up close at DJ Morrow's next exhibition. It's Out of the Strong, Something Sweet at the Young Center from August 19th through the 24th.
And then on the final day, so the 24th, he's hosting a conversation about his journey, about the exhibit, the balloon exhibit, and we provided a link to connect with DJ on our website, houstonlife.tv.